If you're an Aquarius, this is for you. This is a reading for December 2025. So I sense that because we've entered into the age of Aquarius, that there's something shifting for you that's going to happen in the new year. So December is going to be a very pivotal month for this energy that you've tapped into, this airy-like energy that is really carrying you into a brand new era, into the age of light. It's your time to shine. That's what I'm getting, like literally. So let's see what the cards have to say. What do Aquarians need to know about December 2025? Ooh, okay. Ooh, so I'm pulling the 9 of Pentacles. Definitely lots of abundance and prosperity into your life. There's this new version of you that you've really taken to this last year, this particularly in the last 9 months since the start of spring. So I feel like there's these seeds that you started to germinate in the winter that have to do with your growth, and whatever happened last year at the end of last year really gave you this motivation to do better in 2025, but not in a performance way, more about like honoring the light within and really tapping into the divine and your natural state, which, you know, it's difficult to manifest that into the physical realm. That's where people really get hung up, because it's easy to say, oh, just attract abundance and be grateful and you'll call in money, but it's not that easy. There's so much that surrounds that I feel like there's a lot of limitations and lack that you've experienced in your life that you worked really hard to overcome to get to this point in your finances. Like things aren't great, but they're definitely better than what they were maybe growing up. Maybe you were a child of poverty, maybe your family was poor or just had a really difficult time with finances. And I feel like you've been given this higher calling, knowing that you were meant for more, and now you're ready for it. You've been waiting for this for a long time, but especially this last year you've been working really hard, and you're starting to see the positive results in your life, especially as we shifted into the age of Aquarius. So I feel like it literally is your time to shine as this new version of yourself, and December is the perfect time to tap into that, because the magic is in the air and you're an air sign. So it's perfect for you to tap into that very magical potential where you just feel merry and bright. And even if you don't have like 2 stones or 2 coins to rub together, you're still grateful for everything that you have and everything you've achieved, and especially in the last year, in the last 9 months, and how disciplined you've been, especially with relation to your growth. You're just tired of being, you know, stuck, especially in that cycle of poverty and lack. Yeah, you've been trapped for quite some time. I feel like you've, even as much as you've tried to stay away from repeating patterns, especially when it comes to your family and the money wounds that you have, that you've worked a lot to overcome this, but it has followed you your whole life. And even now, even if you gained all this money, you would still worry about it running out. So I see there's like some sort of block there, because you could trust the universe. Yeah, there's definitely this change from where you were. Yeah, definitely like poverty in your family life. And I think there was a part of you that wasn't grateful for what you had, and we lose sight of what's important, and then we get hung up on the things that we lack instead of the abundance that already exists in our life. And it's hard to see it, especially when you're in that survival mode where you don't know where your next meal is going to come from, or how you're going to pay for Christmas gifts, and just all these different thoughts that are centered around money that has come between you and your divine inheritance. But I see you have worked diligently, and it's leading to this new era of stability, especially with you healing those poverty wounds that were passed down onto you from your parents and their parents. And healing that allows you to tap into your infinite potential, which you realize is abundance within itself, because there's so many opportunities for growth that are around you at any given moment. You can make different decisions in every given moment. You can change spending habits. You can change your outlook on money. And I think that's really changed over the last year and a bit as you heal your finances, that God is restoring your finances at this time, and you're entering this more stable era. And I do think that like your needs are going to be met, and it's really going to help with the stress that you've been feeling, the anxiety, the indecision, feeling trapped and paralyzed, and moving into a much more abundant era. And it's going to start to shift from this state of lack to being very prosperous in a short amount of time, because magic is in the air. And when you realize your source of abundance doesn't come from your paycheck or your job, you realize the ways that God or the universe does provide for you, and how it leads you to different opportunities. We just have to be willing to see it, especially the abundance that already exists in our life. And it's most important to do that when you are in a state of financial lack, because that's the test. And then when you clear that, you overcome your blocks, and then money just in abundance just flows into your life so easily, because you're always naturally that state, but it's our blocks that change our frequencies, so we become a mismatch. So I see December really being a time where you're going to notice a lot of growth and changes in your finances. You'll start to notice more abundance trickling in, and it's because of this diligence you've had to change these poverty wounds, the story around poverty and lack that has been passed down to you and that you've inherited from your earthly parents, but your actual inheritance is from God, and it's a big inheritance. Like, it's almost like your royalty. You get to be living a life of luxury. All right, one more card. See how to end this. Yeah, that story is over. It's time to rest. I think you're going to be feeling so relieved very soon. There's something coming in that's going to change your finances, and it's going to give you at least a cushion or some breathing room, and you're definitely going to feel so much better, lighter, and more inspired, and you'll be able to heal and move on from these stories. There's so many there's this illusion of lack and being blinded to the abundance that you have access to at all times. And now you see things for the way they are, and how abundant you truly are, and how grateful you are. And that's really important around Christmas time, because that is the whole point of Christmas. And when we think about that, that is the spirit of magic. And it gives way to miracles, to instant shifts, and synchronicities, and sudden healing, restoration. This is what's happening for you, because it's so apt with at the Aquarius sign and this time of year. Yes, this is something you've been waiting for a long time. You knew that you deserved more and you deserve better, and now it's time to celebrate. You'll be lifting your glass in 2025 at the end of it in December, just knowing that 2026 is a brand new year. And I feel that everybody, all the signs are going into 2026 as a brand new year because people are starting to wake up and they're not really focused on the noise and the fear and the entrapment that the powers that be try to do, the evil powers, and you're seeing things for the way they are, including in your own life and the stories that you've been told, and especially the ones around money that have been passed down. And you see through it now, and now you get to experience the benefits of that internal shift for overcoming these money blocks. So that's what's happening for you in December. So I see you celebrating and raising your cup and just feeling so much lighter as we move into this new era. And that includes like physical light from within, this flame that's been burning for quite some time that you've really ignited and fanned, because as an air sign, it really helps feed that fire that's within you. So I'll leave it at that. I hope this was helpful. Like, subscribe, follow for more. If you want a ritual or reading from me, it's linked in the shop link. It's pinned in my description as well as the pinned comments. Otherwise, I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.